there is a huge number of literature that is available that is indicating that Islamophobia as a phenomenon that has always been there, even beyond the time when the Islam took birth some 1400 years back. So number one, the Islamophobia has always been persistent over there. So modern construction of Islamophobia having its multiple dimensionalities, this is of course the thing that we need to study. The second important thing that has been talked about is, I really appreciate Dr. Fareed, and I mentioned you as well, Adnan, because Adnan is also mentioning that Islamophobia has multiple dimensionalities. Yes, Islamophobia is not in fact a term which is monolithic in nature. This is very dynamic, and this is very dynamic construct. I call it as a bundle of, complex bundle of epistemes. This is not just a simple concept which can easily be understood. It has multiple dimensions. It has racism as a dimension. I can prove it. My coming book, I believe that in 1.5 months' time it would be in the market. My book that is talking about Islamophobia, its history, its construction, deconstruction, its various dimensionalities. You just go and you can see that socio-cultural sides of Islamophobia is there, racism is there, in fact, prejudice is there. So there have been multiple times in the history when this has been taking multiple shapes. And this is now available in all the forms in various parts of the world, even including the Muslim world as well, as Fareed was talking that this is a very good topic to talk about, the Islamophobia in the Muslim majority countries. Yes, this is a very important phenomenon. I have most of the time talking about it. People were saying that there is Islamophilia in the Muslim world. I say, no, Islamophobia is also there in the Muslim world. We need to study that. The most important thing that is probably discussed today in a very light tone was that what is the solution of this very complex problem. I think the problem is that whenever you go into the Western world, you start building your mosque and your own dresses and your own rituals and these kind of things. I will just quote, when first time the mosque was being built in Chicago in the United States, the people were very scared. Those who were non-Muslims, they were very scared over there because of the 5 times prayer, azan was there. So they were giving us a very bad name. And when they're seeing that the Muslims, on Fridays, they're coming up with their own traditional dresses and going to the mosque in the shape of a group, that was in fact something very scary, because the people all together gathered over there from different parts of the world to have a good life, a secure life, to have good money, so they should be able to get that money back to their countries and live a very prosperous life. But here they were saying that one group of people having a very peculiar religious identity, they're gathering at some place, and then they appear to be somehow fearful for that. So the most important thing is that, of course, there are so many solutions. Of course, I take it media as very important solution. I was just quoting it many times back when I was in University of Southern California. My supervisor, she was saying that, Zafar, why don't you buy the Los Angeles Times? This is the most polemical kind of media in the United States. You go and buy it and start talking about Muslims, because this is the way you will be able to counter Islamophobia in Los Angeles, in the United States. But of course, this is one modern mediated construction of Islamophobia is there. But you cannot, of course, keep the whole past under the blanket. You have to, of course, think about it. And you have to assimilate yourself. Muslims living in the West should assimilate with the societies they live in. Merkel should not be saying it. If the Muslims are to live in Germany, they have to, of course, live in our own ways. Prince Charles should not be saying it that Muslims have to respect our value system. Once they say anything like that, it means that there arises a problem was there. We need to identify that problem over there and to remove them so that we should be able to live over there in a comfortable fashion.